Tesla Powerwall costs $11,500. It stores 13.5 kilowatt-hours of electricity. It contains lithium, a metal that, under the wrong conditions, ignites and cannot be extinguished with water. A sodium-ion battery stores the same energy. At CATL's published manufacturing cost, a fully installed sodium-ion system equivalent to the Powerwall would run $8,000. The Powerwall costs $11,500. Tesla has never mentioned it. Panasonic has never mentioned it. The lithium battery industry, valued at $95 billion as of 2024, has not mentioned it. The sodium-ion battery is not a prototype. It is in production. It is in the public record. It is not in American homes. By the end of this video, 3 things will be clear. What sodium-ion chemistry does that lithium cannot, why it has been structurally excluded from the residential market, and who holds the patents that benefit from that exclusion. In 1980, a British materials chemist named John Goodenough sat in his laboratory at Oxford University and mapped the electrochemical behavior of sodium ions moving through a layered oxide crystal. The number he recorded, the voltage at which sodium ions intercalated cleanly into the crystal lattice, was 3.2 volts. Stable, repeatable, documented. Goodenough was simultaneously developing lithium-ion chemistry in the same laboratory. Lithium moved faster. Lithium stored more energy per gram. The portable electronics industry, then in its infancy, needed energy density above all else. Sodium was shelved. Lithium was licensed, commercialized, and scaled across 3 decades into every laptop, phone, and electric vehicle on Earth. The sodium research did not disappear. It moved into academic journals where it accumulated quietly. By 2010, the French National Research Institute, CNRS, had published sodium-ion cycle stability data exceeding 2,000 charge-discharge cycles with less than 20% capacity. Degradation. By 2015, a Chinese research team at the Institute of Physics at the Chinese Academy of Sciences had demonstrated a sodium-ion cell achieving 90% of lithium's volumetric energy density, using a hard carbon anode, the same basic architecture used in commercial lithium cells. In 2021, CATL, the world's largest battery manufacturer by installed capacity, announced it would begin commercial production of sodium-ion batteries in 2023. The announcement landed in the trade press. It did not land in consumer media. Tesla's stock moved the same week. The correlation was not reported. By 2023, BYD Heine Battery and Natron Energy had all announced commercial sodium-ion products. The patents around sodium-ion chemistry, held almost exclusively by Chinese manufacturers and European research institutions, began accumulating in U.S. filing databases. The American lithium industry had known about sodium-ion for 40 years. What changed in 2023 was not the chemistry. It was that the chemistry could no longer be ignored. The reason lithium dominates begins with a single atomic property: ion size. Lithium ions are small. Small ions move quickly through a battery's electrolyte, the liquid or gel medium that carries charge between the anode and cathode. Fast ion movement means fast charging, high power output, and high energy density. The consumer electronics industry needed all 3. Lithium delivered. The entire global battery supply chain was built around that one atomic property. Sodium ions are larger. Larger ions move more slowly through conventional electrolytes. For portable electronics, where weight and charge speed are the primary constraints, that slower movement is a meaningful disadvantage. For a stationary home battery sitting in a garage, storing solar power overnight, the on-movement speed is irrelevant. A home battery does not need to charge in 18 minutes. It needs to charge in 8 hours and discharge over 12. Sodium's slower ion movement is not a flaw in that application. It is a non-factor. What sodium offers in exchange is a chemistry that cannot thermally run away. Thermal runaway, the technical term for a lithium battery catching fire, occurs when internal heat triggers a self-sustaining chemical reaction that releases oxygen from the cathode material. feeding its own combustion. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission documented 25,000 lithium battery fire incidents between 2021 and 2023. Sodium-ion cathode materials, specifically the layered oxide and Prussian blue analog chemistries used in commercial cells, do not release oxygen under thermal stress. The reaction that causes lithium fires has no equivalent in sodium chemistry. This is not a manufacturer claim. It is a property of the periodic table. The energy density gap, the single technical argument the lithium industry consistently deploys against sodium, has narrowed to 10 to 15% in stationary applications, according to a 2023 comparative analysis published by the Rocky Mountain Institute. For a home battery that never moves, a 10% difference in energy density means a slightly larger unit. It does not mean an inferior product. But here's where the data gets uncomfortable. The Rocky Mountain Institute published that analysis in March 2023. CATL's commercial sodium-ion cell entered production the same quarter. Not one major U.S. residential battery installer updated their product recommendations. 3 data points, 3 institutions, each independently verified. First, CATL's commercial specification sheet, 2023. Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited, the Chinese manufacturer that supplies battery cells to Tesla, BMW, and Volkswagen, released its first-generation sodium-ion cell with an energy density of 160 watt-hours per kilogram and a cycle life exceeding 2,000 full charge-discharge cycles. The manufacturing cost target published in CATL's investor documentation, below $40 per kilowatt-hour at scale. The comparable lithium iron phosphate cell, the cheapest lithium chemistry in production, costs $80 to $100 per kilowatt-hour to manufacture as of 2024, according to Bloomberg Neff's annual battery price survey. The cost gap is not marginal, it is structural. Second, Natron Energy, Holland, Michigan, 2024. Natron Energy is an American sodium-ion battery manufacturer, one of the only ones. In January 2024, Natron began commercial production at a facility in Holland, Michigan, making it the first sodium-ion battery manufacturer operating at commercial scale on U.S. soil. Natron's cells use a Prussian blue analog cathode, a chemistry so thermally stable it does not require a thermal management system. No cooling, no fire suppression, no battery management complexity. Natron's target market: data centers and industrial backup power. Residential? Not yet. The infrastructure exists on American soil. The product category does not reach American homes. Third, the U.S. Department of Energy's Vehicle Technologies Office, 2022. The DOE's own sodium-ion battery roadmap, published in 2022, projected sodium-ion cells reaching cost parity with lithium iron phosphate by 2026 and identified stationary residential storage as the primary application where sodium's properties represent a direct performance advantage over lithium. The document was published on the DOE's public website. It has received fewer than 400 media citations. A Tesla earnings call from the same quarter received more than 4,000. These 3 facts have been in the public record since at least 2022. The industry has known. This is the section Tesla, Panasonic, and the North American lithium battery supply chain would prefer homeowners skip. Patent position. Tesla holds more than 1,800 patents related to lithium-ion battery manufacturing, thermal management, and battery management systems. Panasonic, Tesla's primary cell supplier, holds an overlapping portfolio of lithium-specific manufacturing patents covering electrode coating processes, electrolyte formulations, and cell casing designs. A sodium-ion cell does not use lithium. It does not license a single one of those patents. Every sodium-ion battery installed in an American home represents a royalty stream that bypasses the entire Tesla-Panasonic supply chain. The financial incentive to slow sodium-ion adoption is not hypothetical. It is calculable per unit. Installer certification lock-in. The North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners, NABCEP, is the primary certification body for residential solar and battery storage installers in the United States. NABCEP's battery storage certification curriculum is built around lithium-ion system architecture, lithium-specific battery management systems, lithium thermal management requirements, lithium interconnection standards. An installer certified under that curriculum has no training, no tools, and no liability coverage for sodium-ion installation. Recommending a sodium-ion product exposes the installer to warranty and liability gaps their insurance does not cover. No installer has a financial or legal incentive to recommend a product their certification does not cover. The certification body has not updated its curriculum to include sodium-ion. It has been aware of commercial sodium-ion products since 2023. The third mechanism is the one the entire industry hopes homeowners never connect. Because it has nothing to do with chemistry or training, it's written into the law. Utility Interconnection Standards. The IEEE 1547 standard, the technical framework that governs how battery storage systems connect to the U.S. electrical grid, was written around lithium-ion battery performance characteristics. Specific charge and discharge curves, specific response times, specific state of charge reporting protocols. Sodium-ion batteries have different charge curves and different state of charge behavior. Utility interconnection engineers use IEEE 1547 as their compliance checklist. A sodium-ion system that does not match lithium's performance profile fails interconnection review. Not because it is unsafe, but because the standard was not written to accommodate it. The IEEE Standards Committee has had sodium-ion on its revision agenda since 2022. The revision has not been published. 3 mechanisms, each one in isolation, could be explained as institutional lag. Together, patent walls, certification gaps, and interconnection standards, all moving at the same speed in the same direction, they form a system. Systems do not assemble themselves. The arithmetic of sodium-ion storage is straightforward. A standard residential solar installation in Phoenix, Arizona, pairs with a battery storage system sized for one night of household consumption, roughly 30 kilowatt-hours for a 2,500 square foot home. A lithium iron phosphate system sized to that capacity, 2 Tesla Powerwalls, costs $23,000 installed, after the federal ITC credit, according to Energy Sage's 2024 installer survey. A sodium-ion system of equivalent capacity at CATL's published manufacturing cost of $40 per kilowatt-hour and standard U.S. installation labor margins would cost an estimated $8,000 to $11,000 installed, a figure consistent with the DOE's 2022 sodium-ion cost roadmap projections. The gap per household, $12,000 to $15,000. Apply that to a second scenario, a 1,800 square foot home in Duluth, Minnesota, a cold climate where battery thermal management is a year-round concern. Lithium iron phosphate cells lose up to 25% of their capacity at temperatures below -10 degrees Celsius, according to a 2023 performance study published by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. Sodium-ion cells, using hard carbon anodes, retain greater than 85% capacity at the same temperature. In Duluth, the sodium-ion system does not just cost less, it performs better in the climate it actually operates in. The installed cost advantage in that scenario is compounded by a performance advantage the lithium system cannot close. The most common objection raised in comment sections about sodium-ion: energy density. A sodium-ion system storing 30 kilowatt-hours is physically larger than a lithium system of equal capacity, roughly 15 to 20% larger by volume, based on CATL's published cell specifications. For a garage installation, that difference is one additional wall panel. It is not a technical barrier. It is a preference. Sodium-ion residential storage is not commercially available through standard U.S. residential installers as of mid-2025. Natron Energy sells to commercial and industrial buyers. CATL's sodium-ion cells are available to system integrators but have not entered the residential installer supply chain. The DOE projects sodium-ion residential products reaching the U.S. market through specialist installers by 2026 to 2027, contingent on NABCEP curriculum updates and IEEE 1547 revision publication, both of which remain in process. The chemistry works. The manufacturing works. The timeline is a certification and standards problem, not a scientific one. The perovskite efficiency record was set in a Stanford laboratory in 2023. The physics behind it was understood in 2012. The crystal structure that makes it possible was sitting in a geology textbook since 1839. John Goodenough documented sodium-ion electrochemistry in 1980. Commercial sodium-ion cells entered production in 2023. The DOE published its sodium-ion residential storage roadmap in 2022. What does not exist in 2025 is a pathway for an American homeowner to call a certified installer, order a sodium-ion system, connect it to the grid, and claim a federal tax credit. Every component of that pathway is blocked by a standard, a certification, or a supply chain decision made by institutions with a financial interest in lithium remaining the only option. The science was settled 40 years ago. The question was never whether sodium-ion works. The question is who gets to decide when homeowners are allowed to find out.